Hello and welcome back. It's been about a week since I last recorded. I believe the last thing I recorded was Primitive Society Simulator, I think. Yeah, that sounds right. Um, which I'm recording this the day that that video is going to go out. So that's how long my backlog was about a week behind. And so I took some time off for a few reasons. One, Steam Next Fest ended on Monday. So a lot of the demos became unavailable, although not all of them by any means. In fact, there's still tons of demos for stuff that I want to play that I just haven't gotten around to, and we might go back and do that. I've also I've gotten some emails from some indie developers with codes to their game, being like, hey, if you wanna take a look at this, feel free. I might do that. We'll see. I'll have to like look at the games on a individual basis. I also took some time off because I had just been the week of Steam Next Fest. I recorded, I don't know what, like 15 YouTube videos. Plus, I did multiple Twitch streams. Plus, I have all the stuff that I normally do in my day to day life. So I just had a ton going on that week, and I was exhausted this past week. So I just took basically the whole week off from YouTube. I did still do my Twitch streams. So if you want to keep up with my Twitch streams, go check me out, twitch.tv/crouching puma. I kind of do a bad job of cross promoting, but that's what they say you're supposed to do is push people from one platform to the other. So this is me doing that. Today we're going to be playing Kentucky Route Zero, which is a game that has been on my playlist, for lack of a better term, for years. It's been in my Steam library for years, and I just keep finding reasons not to play it, even though I know that a lot of people say this is like the game, the game. I know multiple people in my personal life who say this is their favorite game of all time, which is crazy high praise. Everyone has one, so it's not shocking. But and then even beyond that, tons of people I know love this game. It's published by Annapurna, who is a fantastic publisher of indie games. They published Outer Wilds, which is my favorite game of all time. And I've been saying for like 2 years, I'm going to play this on Twitch. I'm going to play this on Twitch. I'm going to play this on stream. And I just haven't found the right time. And I was like, you know what? Following the success, at least by my standards, of this past couple of weeks here on YouTube, I've gained like 60 subscribers. I've almost doubled my number of subscribers, which again, it's kind of sad maybe that 60 subscribers is almost doubling. I think I had like 80 something when I started that Steam Next Fest series, and I'm up to like almost 160 now. So thank you guys for that. First of all, for the tremendous success and the comments and the likes and the views and everything. I've had a few videos from this past week reach 1,000, 2,000, almost 3,000 views. And I really appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much. I've also had plenty of videos fizzle out, maybe get 40, 50 views, but that's life, baby. That's showbiz. But I figured Kentucky Route Zero, from what I understand, it's an episodic game. I know literally nothing about this game. I don't even know like what perspective. I think it's a top-down game, but I don't know. I know it's an episodic game though, and there's like 5 acts, and the acts came out several months, potentially even like years apart from each other, which is part of the reason why I think when I originally found out about this game, they weren't even done releasing everything, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna wait until everything's out, and that happened like 2 years ago or something. I think when the final act came out, I don't know exactly, but it's been a while, so I've had ample time to play this, and I just keep putting it off. But from what I understand, every act is roughly an hour long. Maybe more like an hour and a half. I don't know how I'm going to do this. I don't know if I'm going to split it up like 2 videos per act. I would love to do 1 video per act. But if we're pushing like 90 minutes, especially if I'm going to like take my time and look around, I might have to do 2 videos per act. We will see. But anyway, this is what I'm going to do. Hopefully I can record all of this this week. I'm starting this recording on Saturday. I would love to be able to be done with this game by the end of the work week, and get it all up for you guys on YouTube as quickly as possible. and then from there we'll have to work together to see what kind of content we want going forward. Because that's like been my big mystery with YouTube, is I just don't know. It's hard to find a balance of like what I want to do and also what viewers find interesting without pigeonholing myself. I think I might have talked about this before, and I apologize for going on this long rant here. I know a lot of people probably want to just get into the game, so I'll do that very soon, I promise. But I have, prior to this Steam Next Fest series we've been doing, my most consistent success on YouTube was with the Let's Play series of Victoria 3 last fall when Victoria 3 came out. And at first I was like, oh, I just need to keep playing Victoria 3 because it's performing well. But I also, like, then I didn't. After I finished that series, I never went back to Victoria 3 because I have a very wide taste in video games and in everything, not just video games. And I am not the kind of person who can play one thing or do one thing for thousands of hours. My most played game of all time, I think I have like 600 to 700 hours, which is a lot, don't get me wrong, but there are people out there who have like 5,000 hours in one game. I have, probably across all platforms, approaching like 8,000 plus hours of video games logged. But I have less than 1,000. I don't have a single game where I'm at 1,000 hours because I get really into something for a brief amount of time, I burn it out, and then I move on. And I can't be a content creator who just plays one game. I can't be the Victoria 3 guy. I can't be the Paradox guy. I don't even think I could be like the strategy game guy because I have such a varied taste. I love playing strategy games. I also love playing RPGs. I also love playing first-person shooters. I also love playing fighting games. I love playing sports games. I like FIFA and Madden, which is not something you hear a lot from, like, you know, real gamers, quote unquote. So I'm all over the place with my interests, and it makes it very hard to make a YouTube channel that attracts an audience because audience members like to watch one thing, at least initially. Eventually, obviously, the goal is to like make an audience that likes you as a content creator and wants to stick around and watch whatever you are doing. But that requires, you know, years of growth and thousands of subscribers at a minimum. And we are nowhere close to even being able to dream of something like that. So for now, I would like to do Let's Plays and like long form series, but let me know what you want to see. Let me know what kinds of games you want to see. And all I ask is that even if it's something that you might not be particularly interested in on a personal level, one, give it a shot. Maybe it'll win you over. And two, even if you try giving it a shot and it's still not your bag, baby, as the kids say, just, you know, mute the tab and like let it play, leave a like, and move on, because it really does help the channel. And yeah, with that said, thanks again. I don't know what this long preamble was. I had no intentions of talking for this long when I first started, or when I clicked record to start this video, but why don't we dive into Kentucky Route Zero? I did actually, I started this game, I was hoping there would be like a title screen, and maybe there is. But I would, because normally I like to start on the title screen, but then it tried to take me like straight into Act 1, as you can see, which is where we are now. So why don't we do that? I guess there is no like title screen per se. Act 1, Scene 1. So this is a blind playthrough. I know nothing about this game. Equus Oils. I assume that's Equus, but it's not Equus like EQUIS, which is how I would associate it. It is called Kentucky Route Zero, so I assume this is set in the United States and like based somewhat in reality. But beyond that, you know, I have no idea. Okay, so I'm playing as this man. As you can see, I am playing with a controller. I've talked about this in a few videos in the past. If you haven't heard me talk about it, I'm dealing with some elbow tendonitis. It's been going on for like weeks at this point. It is much better than it was a few weeks ago, but it's still giving me some problems, and I'm just trying to force myself, whenever possible, to avoid using a mouse and keyboard for now. Obviously, ideally, I would be playing everything with a mouse and keyboard, or at least, you know, most things. But for a game like this, I don't think it really matters. So first, let's go look at our dog. An old hound and a straw hat. Both have seen better days. Attendant. Oh, I didn't even see this guy. I just saw the gas pumps. Let's look at you first. Joseph sits between gas pumps in the Queen Anne armchair. His hair is gray and his glasses darkened. Alright, so I know this guy. I know his name, at least, so I would assume I know him. And it is Equus, like a horse. But I thought Equus was spelled with an I, and not two U's. You know, like equine, equestrian, things like that. But maybe I just am stupid, which wouldn't be the first time in my life. Damn, did you hear that wreck? Truck full of bottles. I don't know, beer bottles? Whiskey? Lost a tire or something. And spilled booze and glass all over the interstate. What a mess. I hope they don't come down here looking for anything. We blew a damn fuse and it's all shut off. Did I hear a dog? What's your dog's name? Conway. That must be... Oh, that's me. Okay, so I get to choose. His name's Homer, his name's Blue. Just some dog, I don't know his name. I'll go with Blue. Blue's a pretty classic dog name. One of my friends has a dog named Blue, in fact. Blue sounds like a sweet old hound. I used to know a dog like that. Hey, here's some jerky for Blue. I made it myself. Didn't turn out too well, but I bet a dog will eat it. Getting late, right? I can feel the sun on my neck. I bet it's just a few feet off the horizon. More dialogue. Okay, so I guess this is going to be the core loop here, is dialogue interactions, picking things to say. I've been driving all evening looking for 5 Dogwood Drive. I've got a delivery to make on Dogwood, but I'd rather watch the sunset. I'll go with that one. Yeah, it's the truth. You've got to stop and breathe in that road. I bet while you're out driving, you let your eyes wander up the tree line and just... Well, I bet you're more of a poet than old Joseph. How long have you been working here? Let's go with, do you like poetry? Oh, I just like to listen to the TV. I used to do a lot of poetry on the computer, but I don't think I have the ear for it lately. Listen, you and Blue would have been driving up and down 65 all night. Dogwood Drive is on the other side of... Well, to get there you've got to take the 0. The 0 is a tough route to find, but you can use my computer to look up directions. You'll have to head down into the basement and reset the circuit breaker first. I'll be happy to have those whining lights back up anyway. It's too damn quiet out here. The basement door is back in the office. Appreciate your help, friend. Oh, and here, take this lamp. It gets dark. Okay. Blue looks pretty skinny. Maybe she's old. Maybe she's just a skinny hound dog. Let's go in here. Into the basement. Anything else in here while I look around? Oh, I turned my light off. I was like, what? Okay. Very interesting. So this game is not top-down. It's a side-scroller. In some ways. It's not a traditional side-scroller. Basement people. It's kind of spooky. Emily, Ben, and Bob sit in folding chairs behind a worn card table. Papers, oddly shaped dice, and highway maps cover the tabletop. Hello? Conway clears his throat. Have y'all seen a breaker box down here? Oh, sorry. Didn't know there was anyone down here. I'll go with that one, because I didn't. Emily, to Bob. Did you hear something? What? No? I was just looking at the rules again. What the fuck? Are these like ghosts? It gets easier as you go. Look, you said you rolled a 5, right? That means you get to pick up your marker and move it anywhere on the map. So it's your turn now, right? Okay, sorry, someone knocked on my door, so I had to pause the recording. I am back. So we're talking to these people, they don't know who I am, or they can't hear me, is what I would say. And then they're explaining the rules of this game. It gets easier as you go. Look, you said you rolled a 5, right? That means you get to pick up your marker and move it anywhere on the map. So it's your turn now, right? Oh yeah, I guess so. Where'd you put that 20-sided die? Are they playing Dungeons and Dragons? Nerd? I don't see it. Did you drop it? It should be easy enough to find. It glows in the dark. Well, let's turn out the light. Oh, I can keep going down. But I see the game piece. Conway picks up the glowing 20-sided die and inspects it. The number 5 is facing up. It's just a small piece of plastic, but it has a reassuring, almost comforting weight. He places the object in his jacket pocket. Alright, let's turn on the light now. And try to, like, go back up. Wait, they're gone. Folding chairs are arranged around a worn card table. The chairs are empty, and the surface of the table is bare. Conway places the 20-sided die on the table. Yes. Let's flip the breaker. Is it gonna hold? Alright, looks like we're good. Let's go back down here for a sec. Is there anything else we could do? Does not appear to be so. Interesting. So those, I think those were definitely, like, spirits of some sort. Now, to what end? I'm not sure. Beautiful. Oh, now we can actually see, like, the colors of our outfit. The art style is lovely. Hello, Joseph. Good music as well. There it is. Just listen to those lights whine. Yep. Well, I'd better get these directions and head to the 0, if you don't mind. Should I say anything? I'm not gonna say anything. Well, I'd better get those directions and head to the 0, if you don't mind. So, computers in the office. You're looking for Marquez. She knows her way around the roads. She'll get you to the 0. The password is, damn, I usually just feel it out. Muscle memory, you know? It's kinda long, like a short poem, I think. One of those short poems that really sums it all up. You'll figure it out. What the fuck are you talking about? A short poem that sums it all up. Conway taps a key, waking the computer from its reverie. Reverie is a good word. We don't use that enough. Let's type Joseph. Password. Wheels slide loose, the stars drop away. I talk and listen to him talking. Short poem sums it all up. The stars drop away. Nobody saw the accident. The moon throbs. What the okay, so I feel like what's happening here is like no matter what we choose, it's gonna be right. So this is just like a personality test. Nobody saw the accident. You just breathe, road. The lights whine. It will only get later. The stars drop away, nobody saw the accident. So we're like out in the middle of nowhere. You can't even see the lights. Wait, that doesn't make any sense, because the further out in the middle of nowhere you are, the more you can see the stars. Nobody saw the accident, I just breathe road. Password accepted. It's a strange password, man. How's it going in there? Figuring it all out? Sure you are. Messages? Address book? Games? Exit. I mean, it's rude to go through a man's personal files. At the same time, we're playing a video game. And, like, what kind of gamer would I be if I didn't look at all the options, huh? Message 1 is from Donald at hotmk.mail. Shout out Hotmail. I'm just young enough to have used Hotmail a little bit back in the day. Message 2 is from accounts at consolidated.mail. Let's see what the Donald has to say. Subject fragments dim of lovely forms. I know it's been a while, and I know you're still sore. Out there's a whole world. Or, wait. Oh, but! I was like, out there's a whole world in here? Is that a B? I think so. But there's a whole world in here, and we need your help to unmask it, yes. The caves are cold and damp, but we are old and lame. Never mind, I can't remember why I even started writing this. I miss those days in the lab with you and our dear Lula. Maybe you found your own Xanadu. Well, so have I. End of message. Xanadu is the, I'm reaching into my film knowledge. Citizen Kane. Xanadu. is the estate. I don't remember if it's the fictional estate in Citizen Kane or if it was the real estate of William Randolph Hearst that Citizen Kane based it off of. But either way, Xanadu is like a mythological place in I want to say like Chinese mythology. It's like a really peaceful like utopia, I want to say, but again, that's a very, very basic rendition, if it's even right at all. Accounts at consolidated.mail. Account standing. Urgent. Dear Equus Oils, this is an urgent automated message that your account is overdue by more than 14 days. In response, we have switched you to our low reliability Dirty Power Plus plan. I wish the power company... this is fucked. First of all. Power is a utility and a right. But low reliability Dirty Power Plus. So, like, if you're gonna be a piece of shit, like, corporate scumbag, capitalist, slumlord, at least have funny names like Low Reliability Dirty Power Plus that, like, bear the inadequacy of your soul for everyone to see. Consider making a payment immediately to obviate the need for us to switch you to Sustained Drown-Out Select. Sincerely, your friends at the Consolidated Power Company. Something about this terminal text style is kind of hard for me to read. End of message. Message 1 is from Donald. Okay, we've read these. I do wish you could, like, push A, or whatever input method you're using to, like, skip the typing and just have everything appear all at once. That's usually how text-based games work. But not this one, which I respect that it, like, establishes the mood. Games is not real. You take that back, you piece of shit. Feeling meta today, aren't we? Alright, address book. I'm looking for Marquez. The 0, Dogwood Drive. Marquez. Well, they said I'm looking... Why would I be... Is Marquez, like, the specific address on Dogwood Drive? Let's just, like, read about all of this. Address, the 0 is not real. Okay. I assume Dogwood Drive's not real either, then? Only Marquez is real? Sure. Just as I suspected. Marquez residence, 100 Macondo Lane. Head northeast on 65 and turn left as soon as you see that ugly tree that is always on fire. Look for the barn at the base of the mountain there. Can't miss it. Northeast on 65, 100 Macondo Lane. Northeast on 65. Turn left at the burning tree. Look for the barn at the basement of the mountain. Okay, we can remember that. 100 Macondo Lane, northeast on 65, turn left at the burning tree, look for the barn at the basement of the mountain. Got it? Out there on Macondo somewhere, right? Yeah, that's it. Hey, look, while you're down there, I loaded that old TV of mine into your truck. I borrowed that thing from Weaver Marquez a number of years ago. Now that the power is all weird over here, I can't pick up anything but static and public access anyway. She was always more of a reader, but maybe she'd want it back at home. It's a nice TV. Okay. Thanks, man. Hope you have a wonderful evening. I still don't know if we, like, actually know each other or not. Sun's gone down. You didn't know the name of my dog, so I don't think so. You and Blue better get back on that road if you're gonna make your delivery. Alright, Blue. Here we go. Conway scratches behind Blue's right ear. How's it going, Blue? Take it easy, Blue. Let's say... How's it going? What do you think of this place? How about a treat? How about a treat? Here's some jerky from the gas station attendant. He's a bit odd, isn't he? I got my first achievement. I bet a dog will eat it. Shared Joseph's homemade jerky. He's a bit odd, isn't he? I guess the night shift will do that to you. Nah, he's alright. What do you think of this place? It's odd. I never noticed it driving by. Seems like they're really on the rocks. Yeah, okay. That's what that seemingly confirms we don't know this guy. I never noticed it driving by. What do we got to say about the truck? A moving truck rumbles softly to itself. Painted on its side are the words, Lysette's Antiques, Furniture's Glassware Curiosities. I like how we left the truck running this whole time. Very wasteful. Conway moves on. Here we go. That's quite the introduction. Whoa. So we are actually... Whoa, okay, hold on. So we are actually, like, you know, in Kentucky. I'm trying to get my bearings. We've got Tennessee below us, Indiana, Ohio. Hold on, I already forgot. They said go northeast on 65, and then turn left at the burning tree. So let's go northeast. Oh, okay, I have it written down. Left as soon as you see that ugly burning tree that's always on fire. It's kind of weird. Okay, well there's the tree. A tall black oak burns on the hill above the road. And then you... Oh, well, we're already here. That is an interesting interface. That's fun. If we're going to have to learn how to navigate, you know, via directions, that's pretty cool. Scene 2, the Marquez farmhouse. I have no idea how many scenes are in an act. I think I'm going to try to do an act per video. I'm fine with having longer videos, as long as it doesn't get, like, outrageous, you know, like, over 2 hours. Alright, Blue, what do we got going on here? Pretty dark out here, huh? I guess we just head up the path here, the farmhouse up the hill a bit. Keep an eye on the truck, alright? Maybe I can borrow you a treat up there. I could get back in the truck. I'm not gonna do that. It's a weird way to get to the lamp, but you do you. A street lamp lights the base of the dusty path leading up the hill. Here we go. It's pretty dark out. Oh, now I can see it. There's a graveyard. I love a graveyard, man. Maybe that's macabre of me, but I find walking around graveyards extremely interesting and relaxing. Just like not to get like too like weird and deep. Like I don't think I have anything particularly intelligent to say about this, but it just like, you know, it like makes you feel more connected to like the whole world, and like a reminder of how fleeting it all is. A family graveyard is set off to the side of the house. Headstones are inscribed with the surnames of the unfortunate: Nowakowski, Padilla, Marquez. I would love to go to Europe, or really anywhere outside of the New World, and go to some like old ass graveyards. I've been to Boston and went to a graveyard that went back to like either the early 1700s or the 1600s, and that was really cool. But if there's, you know, to find a graveyard that's like 1,000 or more years old, I think would be extremely sick. I love the art, man. I'm getting like Limbo vibes right now, which is a huge compliment. So I can like walk around in here, but I can't see what I'm doing, so I guess I have to turn on the lights. It's kind of weird to just walk into someone's house. I was just thinking what a lovely house we have. Do you like it? Have you been here before? Did you happen to see an owl? Alright, I love, like, we're definitely in some sort of, like, magical realism, like, dream state. Like, we're just, like, appearing and speaking to people, like, in media res with, like, no introduction or anything. It's cool. You know, it's giving me, like, almost like Southern Gothic, like, you know, like, borderline, like, fantastical stories, like Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Big Fish, William Faulkner, that sort of thing. Yeah, it's a nice house. I didn't see any owl. I didn't, so... I think I heard one. I know. I saw it out the window once. Big, ugly thing. All sound and fury. Speaking of William Faulkner, sound and fury. I'm on the same level as the developers, I guess. Well, it's gone now. There used to be another house here, but we had it destroyed, and we built this one. It was very expensive, and we got quite underwater. What do you do for work? Is it too difficult, or do you like it very much? I was once a mathematician. Are you looking for something in particular here? I drive deliveries for a small antique shop. It's better looking than in a ditch. I'm looking for the zero. I'll be honest, I drive deliveries. I believe it's hard times for a small antique shop. It's hard times everywhere, even out here on our little farm. My parents stopped paying the bank back. I shouldn't even be here, but I just stayed. I'm trying to get a vibe of like what time period we would. Well, there's computers, right? So we have to be relatively modern, like 90s or later. I have some notebooks. I'm only a little bored. I might prefer to watch TV occasionally. Actually, I have a TV here that I think belongs to you. Will you please set it up? Then I can explain to you how to get where you're going. The zero, I know. This is super interesting. I love the surreality of it all. Also, I didn't realize I was literally carrying this TV. What a Giga Chad. Just man-moding a CRT from the truck. Do you know how heavy those things are, you piece of shit? At least it looks like a CRT to me. I mean, it looks pretty small, though. Like less than, 20 inches. So maybe, but it's still extremely heavy. Dude, I'm telling you, I can't get. I'm sorry, my mind is short-circuiting because I'm so into what I'm seeing. I could not be more vibing with what's happening right now. The tone is everything. That's not how it's supposed to look. You've made a mistake setting it up. Is it a foreign object to you? Which of your parents was it who wouldn't allow you to watch television? Ma thought she heard ghosts in the statics. Dad thought it was radioactive. I can get down with some, nuclear panic stuff. I just watched Asteroid City, so it's on my mind. Fucking incredible movie, by the way. Oh my god. I think it's Wes's best movie since Grand Budapest Hotel. Probably one of his best movies ever, which is, I'm a huge Wes fan, which is, not an interesting opinion to hold, but it is true. So I don't think he has a bad movie, but this is some of his best work, in my opinion. Dad thought it was radioactive. I know about that. He was ill, wasn't he? Who the fuck are you? How do you know so much about me? Mentally, I mean. Kind of cautious, timid. Cautious, yeah, that's the way to put it. Yeah, let's go with that. You have it all backwards. I'm not surprised. Are you? Have you been paying attention? I don't think you have. I'm gonna tell you right now, I have been paying attention, but I'm confused. It's time to start paying attention now, Conway. Look closely at the television. Bro, I can't imagine playing this for an hour or whatever. When did the episode 1 come out? 2014, 2013? A long-ass time ago. And then imagine playing this and then having to wait, a year or more to get more? I would have lost my mind. Hey, wake up. You spaced out for a minute there. The picture on the TV. Dude, this audio design. I don't know how loud this is for you guys. It's I'm wearing headphones, so it's fine for me, but I feel like if you're watching this on a phone or a TV or a computer, just hearing this right in your ears, it's like I'm floating through space. What do you keep out in that barn? Used to be tools and feed, then books. Now I think it's mostly spiders. That TV is picking up the wrong signal. My cousin Shannon would know more about it. She fixes TV for a living. Well, she used to. I think the new models are giving her more trouble. So, I really just need to get to the zero? No, I'm taking my time. Your cousin. It's my father's brother's daughter. I know what a cousin is. You piece of shit. We're about the same age. Well, we used to be. She's older now. What? What are you talking about? We are about the same age we used to be? She's older now? Are you not older? She has a workshop up north by the lake, right where Peonia and Wax Road meet. It's a big bait and tackle shop, and she fixes TVs in the back. Do you like fishing? Honestly, I'm not convinced you should bother with the zero. I'd much rather you find my cousin and fix my TV. But I'll get you headed the right way. So it's pretty easy. Get back on the 65 heading north, then take the first right after the artificial limb factory. From there, your arrival at the zero is basically inevitable. The artificial limb factory, okay. But if I wanted to... Oh, I can't scroll up! That's so cringe, bro. So I was about to say I want to go find her cousin, but I can't. So hopefully we wrote down the address or the directions. Nice to know you, Conway. Keep your eyes open, especially in the dark. Keep your eyes open, especially in the dark. You can't wake up if you don't fall asleep. To quote Asteroid City, it all, it's like poetry, it rhymes. It all comes together. This is incredible. Like, I'm kind of... I was expecting all of the hype. You know, it's been sitting in the back of my mind for years. So, you know, maybe it's had time to die down. But, like, I've never heard anyone say anything less than, like, you know, extraordinary things about this game. So, wait, no, stop. I clicked on the wrong thing. I was trying to click on the stove. Please tell me I can go back inside. Thank you. But yeah, this is blowing me away. This is extremely just fascinating. Like, I don't know that I can remember a game in recent memory that has fascinated me to this degree from the outset. A disused wood-burning stove is set up in one ash-dusted corner of the room. It's cold to the touch. Sink. An abandoned spiderweb stretches across the bottom of the saucepan. The skillet is seasoned with dust. I would like to go down to your basement, please. See, I have this thing where I can, like, see ghosts. Maybe I can go in from down here. Because it looks like a garage basement. Also, where did she go? Nope, I can't go in from down there. Maybe what about this thing back here? Looks like a dead end. What is this floating mass covering my character? I guess we're heading back to the truck. I love how he never turns the truck off. Maybe that's just a tree. I think it's just a tree. Yeah. Excuse me. Please tell me this isn't a real song that's gonna get me, like... What? DMCA strike incoming? Bro, this straight up is like a Southern Gothic, like, magical realist story. I had no idea. There are some horses out there behind the house. I just met the strangest lady. She seemed pretty nice. She kind of creeped me out, though. She had a weird energy. She did have a weird energy. I can't comment on these singing boys and girls, potentially. And that's really good. I definitely forgot my directions, but I assume we have written them down. So, directions from the Marquez farm. Okay, we have 0 on-ramp. But I want to go find her cousin, up north a ways by the lake. Right where Peonia and Wax Road meet. It's a big bait and tackle shop. Up north by the lake. But up north from where? From 65? Or from 70? Get back on 65 heading north and take the first right after the artificial limb factory. I'm looking for a lake. That's probably the artificial limb factory. A creek runs alongside the highway and then turns toward a dirty brick building. A grinding drone from within the building is faintly audible from the interstate. Floodlights on the lawn illuminate smokestacks. At the edge of the building's parking lot, a large sign, partly obscured by the trees, reads, "Amer Artificial Limb Factory." So if I want to go find the 0, that's the way I'm gonna go. But I'm gonna take my time, man. Let's go back this way. Head north. I hope there's not like a time limit mechanic. Mammoth Cave Road. Did they say anything about that? I don't think so. Peonia and Wax Road meet. So we're looking for roads coming together. It's a museum. A sign in front of the building that just reads museum. The lights are off, but the front door is open. Well, in we go. Conway steps through the museum's doors. A few feet inside the museum doors, the ambient sound of the highway drops sharply away. The room is cold, dark, and still. A book lies on the table in the center of the room. An open hallway extends to the left. Large glass doors bar the path ahead. Let's look at the book. There's no title on the book's spine or cover. A three-word phrase written in pencil on the first page is smudged and indecipherable. On the first page, someone has left an ink drawing of a horse. Several dozen blank pages later, at the end of the book, is an elaborate ink drawing of a one-legged man working an antique adding machine, surrounded by whiskey bottles. Okay. Let's walk to the hallway. Conway's steps echo against the hallway's marble floor and arched ceilings. Plexiglass boxes line the walls. The hallway dead ends on a darkened display case. Let's look at the boxes. The first box, just a few feet into the hall, contains an assortment of bird wings. Some are missing feathers. One large, brightly colored wing almost glows in the moonlight. Its feathers are intact, but a piece of bone pokes awkwardly out from the tip. What about the other boxes? I guess we can only read about the first box. Okay. Give me the display case. The display case is several yards wide, but just a few feet off the ground. It is unlit, Jesus, I'm sorry. And back in this corner in the darkened museum, very little moonlight creeps in. A gold-plated plaque on the surface of this case is a bit easier to read. It recounts a short history of fowl hunting in the region and then speculates abruptly about the nature of addiction. Let's go back and go through the glass doors. Okay, yeah, I remember all this. You don't have to tell me again. So we've gone to the hallway, we've looked at the book through the glass doors. Glass doors won't budge. To apply any more force would likely break them. I mean, fuck it, we ball, right? Conway applies more force to the doors. The glass shatters. Somewhere ahead, a light switches on. After a moment, it switches off. The room is dark again, and the floor is covered in broken glass. Walk through the glass doors. Conway walks through the broken glass doors. Broken glass grinds under Conway's boots as he walks down the hall. He has the feeling of being in a larger space. Very little light reaches this far into the hallway. I don't really want to feel the floor because there's glass. Conway runs his hand along the walls. The walls are completely smooth and strangely warm. Conway can feel his breath and sweat condensing on the surface. I mean, I guess we gotta. The floor is completely smooth and strangely warm. Same. What the fuck? I guess we're done here. I don't even know what to make of this. It's just like a weird little smooth boy building in the middle of nowhere. And away we go. Brownsville Road? I'm just driving around, man. Nolan Dam Road. This thing looks like a lake. This thing like to the south of me, Union Light Dog Creek Road. Gap Hill Road. Cub Run Road. Like, is that not the lakiest lake you've ever seen? Priceville. I'm just... Oh, wait. I found it? Wax Road and Peonia Road. Oh my god. Conway pulls into the bait shop parking lot. Vaulted above the road on a thin steel bar, a handwritten sign that reads, "Live bait. Minnows small and large for stripers, night crawlers, chips, and beer." A green flyer hangs loosely from a bit of masking tape at eye level. To the shop's right, a dark parking lot sprawls unevenly into grass and then eventually trees. The bait shop is open. Let's read the flyer. Computer-printed type in a bold font surrounds a clip art illustration of a TV set. The TV has eyes, arms, and legs. Its shoulders are slouched. On the screen is a cartoon expression of exhausted nausea. A hot water bottle rests against its wires antenna. TV repair. No model too old. Inquire within. We do not sell digital converter boxes. We go inside. Narrow aisles crowded with lures, reels, rods, and snacks divide the shop lengthwise from the entrance to the cashier's counter. Left wall is lined with churning tanks of water. Let's look at the tanks. You got any fish, bro? The 3 metal tanks aren't labeled, and the water is too agitated to get a clear view of what's inside each one. The contents of the first tank are vaguely gray. The second is muddy pink. The third is pretty clear, but shiny silver flecks occasionally flash along its surface. I'm not reaching in. Am I? I'm not reaching in. That's crazy. I know it smells crazy in there. Let's approach the counter. A wiry cashier stands behind the register, preoccupied with the Sudoku puzzle. Ask about the basketball game. The cashier switches on the radio, and the AM sports broadcast is playing, but Conway can't be sure if it's meant to be an answer or to drown out his questions. Ask about the shop. A handwritten sign on the door behind the counter reads, TV repairs by appointment. Please consult with cashier. The cashier knocks a few times on the door and waits, occasionally glancing at his puzzle. After a few moments with no answer, he notices a smaller note written on the sign. He reads it and then points it out to Conway. Weaver, I got your message. Have left for the old mine. Don't know if I will see you there or what. Ready either way. Shannon. The old mine. Narrow aisles crowded with lures. Okay, yeah, we're going back through the shop. Well, I don't know where the old mine is, and I'm not just gonna aimlessly drive around, even though that's kind of what I was just doing, but I at least, like, had an idea where I was going. But, thankfully, I believe the factory is, like, right over here. Yeah, I get it. Let's drive away. So if we just go back this way... Guitar player. Okay. A young man in gray-stained clothes sits by the side of the road. He is playing a worn guitar. To his left is a blue mug, and to his right is a weathered dog. Pet the dog. The dog closes his eyes and pretends to be asleep. The young man strums absently on the guitar, hums tunelessly, and occasionally mumbles a word. Let's put $1 in the cup. The young man stops playing, pulls the wet dollar bill out of his whiskey, and hands it back to Conway. What? Oh. I put my dollar in his whiskey cup. What the fuck? Alright, so now let's see. I needed to go... Oh my god. Take the first right after the artificial limb factory. Okay, but then what? There's like 3 different options. We can get on Hammondsville Road, Dixie Highway. It looks like something's there. Hardyville Road. On-ramp? This is cool. I'm assuming there's 5 scenes in Act 1. That's usually how... I mean, that's not really... That doesn't make any sense, actually. You can have as many scenes as you want in an act. It just kind of depends on, like, this kind of story you're telling. And the medium you're telling it in. I didn't get a treat for Blue last time. Conway brushes some dirt off Blue's hat. How's it going, Blue? Oh, not sure what that lady was... Not sure that lady was right about the on-ramp to the Zero being here. I guess you just can't tell with some folks. They're liable to run you around just for kicks. Better look around, though. Must be down here somewhere. Better hurry, though. Weather's about to turn. Let's take our time and check this out thorough. On God. This looks like a damn mine, if I've ever seen one. Looks like Blue might actually be coming with me this time. Oh, okay. That was fast. Elkhorn Mine. We are in the mine, and that's where... So, there was no reason for me to go to the damn bait shop if the cousin is here. Shannon speaks into the large brick wall, or the large brick cell phone held up to her ear. We got a brick cell phone, we've got, like, CRT TVs, We've got a white old school computer in the gas station. I think we're in like the late 90s, early 2000s. It's $200 for 2 weeks. So I'm like picking dialogue for other people now. It's $200 for 2 weeks. Yeah, it's kind of an emergency. No, it's fine. I'll figure it out. I'll go with no, it's fine. I'll figure it out. That's true. I guess he can't kick me out for another week or two. But can I trust him to not just change the locks? Yes, and I appreciate that, but... Okay, you're right. Just... Never mind. I have to go. Sorry. Yes, and I appreciate that, but... Okay, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Love you. Forget it. Bye. I'll go with the first one. Shannon hangs up the phone and puts it away. Hello. Damn, my guy's tall. Howdy doody. Excuse me, ma'am. I saw the light was on, and I'm looking for the on-ramp to... Are you here to kick me off the property? So am I, like... I'm playing as Shannon now? What the hell? Do you believe in ghosts? You best start believing in ghost stories, Miss Turner. You're in one. Well, let's see. I do believe a place can be haunted, if that's what you mean. What about a person? Can a person be haunted? Sure, I guess a person could. Sometimes I feel haunted myself. Me too. Oh yeah, is that what led you down here? Yes. So I guess this place must be pretty important. Maybe I'm in the right place after all. Here's what it is. I drive deliveries for a small shop called Lynette's Antiques, and I'm out trying to finish this job. You're making a delivery to the mine? Oh, no. I have a delivery for 5 Dogwood Drive, and I can't remember ever seeing that address before. Now, I heard I need to take a highway called the Zero. So I met this young lady, name of Weaver Marquez. She sent me this way, so here I am. Uncommon kind of place for an on-ramp, but that's what it's been like so far anyway with... What? Weaver Marquez. Do you know her? So you saw her tonight. I know Weaver. She's my cousin. Dude, it makes so much sense. We were the same age, at least we used to be, but she's older now. 'Cause I'm fucking dead, bro! What is happening? Oh, you're the one who fixes televisions. That's right. Did she tell you that too? Of course she did. Weaver doesn't lie. One time when we were younger, she told me my dad had been in a terrible car wreck. There was crushed metal everywhere, and we'd be hearing it echo through the house for years, she said. I was very upset, crying, and then my dad walked in the door. Just came back from a trip to the junkyard collecting scrap metal to fashion into wind chimes. I was angry, but she said it wasn't a joke, and it wasn't a lie. At the time, I thought she meant it was a riddle or a puzzle. But Weaver's not a puzzle, she's a mystery. Now I'm back to being Conway. What the fuck? So what are you doing down here? I talked to Weaver earlier this evening too. Or, anyway, she talked to me. It's hard to tell if she's listening sometimes. Weaver told me I had to come down here to see the old Elkhorn mine. She said I'd find something I've been looking for. What are you looking for? I'm not exactly sure. I have a few ideas. I'll know it when I see it. It's not such a bad thing, you showing up. All told, I'd rather not go down there alone. Your dog should stay up here, though. It's no place for a dog. This is an old mine. It runs pretty deep and tangled. If we're going to go down into it, find your on-ramp and whatever else, we've got to keep our bearings. I don't want to get turned around. I've got some here... Good God, man. I've got some gear here to measure conductivity, frequency response, stuff like that. Maybe we can find a way to put a signal out ahead, do some analysis, and figure out what kind of topology we're up against. Sure, let's look around. I mean, knowing the topology would be nice. We don't want to trip over ourselves. Alright, Blue, you hold down the fort. What is it? No work tomorrow, is what that sign says. I like how Blue wears a hat. It's very cute. Can I squeak to you for a second? I don't think you're supposed to come with us. Oh. Here we go, I guess. There's a PA system. Anything hanging out back here? Bro, I could not be more in on this game. This is sick. Shannon, that runs into the mine's PA system. Do you think it still works? I don't know that if it does work, I don't really want to announce my presence quite yet. Little light on the front of it is off. Oh, there's no power. Yeah, okay. Even when this old mine was up and running, it was tricky to keep stuff powered. I'm sorry, did we not just... We have lights flickering. Like, what do you mean there's no power? You know, the miners used to have to pay to run the fans and the lights. Yeah, they got paid in these shitty plastic tokens, coal script, you know? And if you want to run the fans for a bit to clear out the air up, well, you have to put a token in. My parents used to work here, so did Weaver's parents. I guess a lot of folks' parents worked here. It's very Kentucky, and that's very, you know, classic, horrible, evil, you know, like corporate town bullshit. Is you control everything. You pay people, and then they have to turn around and immediately pay you for the bare necessities to live. So let's just head into the mine and see what we see. Can we power it up? I bet we just have to free up some power for the PA system. Everything is rationed. Here, set that lamp of yours. Set up that lamp of yours, and I'll go unplug these ceiling lights. Conway clears his throat nervously. Conway tries to think of something clever to say. Conway fidgets with a change in his pocket. I'll clear my throat. I heard the speaker back there crackle a bit. Is it on? It's on now, right? Try saying something into the mouthpiece. Well? Okay, I hear you. We need to measure the echo delay and figure out how deep the tunnels run. Just make some noises into the mouthpiece. Let's tap it. Scrape a coin on the mouthpiece, knocks on the table, hums a deep tone. Let's hum a tone. Let's get a song going. Whistle. Damn, that's a long delay. The tunnels run deep. I bet some of them are ruptured or joined up with the cave system. Alright, I set up my spectrum analyzer. So just say something into the mouthpiece so we can get a sense for how narrow the mine tunnels are. Don't be shy. Just say anything that comes into your head. Tell me a story about something, or what did you have for breakfast today? Here's a story. I used to work doing roof repair. I had breakfast with Lisette. She made biscuits. I made some red-eye gravy. Looks like she made biscuits. She talked about her late husband, Ira. We talked about the day's work. We talked about Ira. Then she cleared the table. Then I loaded the truck. Then we just sat there for a bit. Got it. Looks like the tunnels are pretty cramped. Yeah, low ceilings. Hope you're ready to stoop a bit. You're probably used to it. Yeah, my boy'd be tall as hell. My boy should be hooping. One more test. We just need to know if the air is breathable, or if it's too thin or too dense. Just sit real close to the mouthpiece and breathe. I'll measure the resonance of your breath with the air in the tunnels. Just try to relax. Try to breathe naturally. Breathe and think about the road. Nothing gets me going like the road, brother. Let's remember a moment when we were younger. Getting some pretty strong readings here. I think we're in a good shape, but keep at it for a minute. A cold drink. It's hot in the south, brother. We gotta keep our drinks cold. Conway breathes and relaxes as a peal of feedback and loose rock engulfs him. A peal, P-E-A-L. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not familiar with that word. I'm assuming it's like, you know, like a peal of feedback, like a wave, a piece, a sound, something like that. Whoa there, bud. All this talking is getting to me. I think my nose is... I don't know if I'm like... Maybe I got some allergies or something. My nose is like kind of stuffed up. And it's like the more I talk, the worse it gets. Scene 5. Act 1. Elkhorn Mine. Jesus, are you alright? What the hell? My leg's stuck. Shit, okay. I'm going to pull you out. We have to get you out of here. That's a really big decision that they're letting the... I mean, I guess we'll see. Maybe it'll be fine. But, you know, like, if I chose I'm fine, and this leg thing winds up having like story repercussions, or like maybe my character like has to cut off his leg or like something. That's a huge decision they're letting me make. That's pretty cool. There you go. Okay, never mind. We're totally fine. There you go. Are you hurt? Well, okay, maybe I could say it's all messed up. Can you put any weight on that leg? I mean, I don't really want to lose my leg, but I feel like it's more interesting if I say it's all messed up. Here, let's get you onto the tram. There you go. Now let's see if this thing has power. Well, okay, there's some luck, right? We should be able to ride this tram right out of the auxiliary exits, if there are any. I think there are. What about Weaver? We'll just find the exit and then figure out what to do from there. That's our first priority. So the controls are over on your side. Let's get moving. Hell yeah, brother, it's a party. No, that's not what I want to do. I assume this is a coal mine, given we're in Kentucky. The Appalachian Mountains. This thing doesn't exactly speed, does it? I was about to say, I wonder if we're gonna like come across anything like while we're here that would be that thing is hard to stop. You really gotta keep going. There's a turntable. So is this like gonna put us in a different direction? Oh, here we are. This may be hard to believe. It's hard for me to believe myself, but this whole branch was underwater last I heard. Is it safe? I guess so. It looks like they finally drained it, or maybe it's just drained off on its own. The water came in pretty fast, and a lot of folks got trapped in the tunnels. I only heard parts of it, how it went from there. Sanitized for the bereaved. You know how these big companies are. There was gossip. The trapped miners couldn't get the pumps going because the power was rationed, so they shut off all the lights, but even then it wasn't enough. So I guess it was dark when they... Jesus, man. That's some Titanic submarine type shit. You lost some people down here, didn't you? We all lost people down here. Well, not all of us, but most of us. It doesn't matter now. Look, this old turntable is still wired up. The controls are dead, but I can use my signal generator to switch tracks. If the water hasn't damaged it too much, we can just keep heading down this tunnel. All this junk hanging up around the turntable is from the company's store. Just junk, you know. The miners would buy it and use it to decorate the place, or as landmarks, I guess. Hard to know which is which down here. It's also dim and gray. Well, if I had known, I mean, it literally said turntable, so I should have known what this was, but I would like to keep going straight first and like see what's back there before we go in a different direction, but that might not be possible. We're on the track between the animal bones and the rowboat, so... The pendulum and the casket. The bat feeder and the scarecrow. Well, hold on, let's disconnect. And go straight. I assume this is going to be a dead end, but maybe there's something here that we can interact with, at least. So far, nothing. Okay, there's an exit. Never mind, maybe this is just how we get out. I would like to go look around. Wow, this thing is slow as hell. I believe here we are. Yeah. You gotta stop and then creep back up. All right, let's go to the first thing. Animal bones and rowboat is where we want to go to get out, I assume. Let's go between the pendulum and the casket. Now that is cool. I honestly wasn't sure how they were going to do it, but they're like rotating the environment around us. That's really cool. Let's go backwards first. Doesn't... Okay, actually, never mind. I was going to say, it doesn't look like much is going on back here, but There's actually like a whole ass area. Damn, it's almost totally intact. I thought it would have been destroyed. What is this place? It's a recording studio, basically. Kind of thrown together, but when the mine was active, a couple of folk music archivists spent time here recording miners' songs. Really academic, ivory tower types. None of the miners really talked to them much. So they stayed at the margins, observed, took notes, and then sometimes they'd get someone on a lunch break to sing in their microphone. And I guess the power company got some kind of interest in the project and gave the archivist some coal script tokens to pay the miners with for their songs. Did you ever come down here? Yeah, I came here with my parents once or twice. They used to play music here, even when those archivists weren't around. It was a nice setup. Kind of rickety, kind of dangerous, I guess, but I don't know. It had a good energy. It was warm sometimes. Oh, we're not. I thought we were going to get up and walk around, but I guess there's not really anything to look at. So we've got 3 more stops, assuming it's going to be like the beginning and the end of each track. So we've got to go to the end of this track, go back to the middle, rotate tracks, go to the beginning and the end of the 3rd track, go back to the middle, rotate back to the 1st track, go to the end. So kind of 4 stops if you count going to the end of the 1st track. We'll get there one of these days. We gotta put some Nas in this thing. A dusty reel-to-reel tape player is stashed beneath the track, loaded with tape but starved for power. That's all I can do? I can't do anything with it? Alright. Lame. And then it looks like this is the end. Yeah. Sad. Oh my darling, oh my darling, oh my darling Clementine. No wonder the miners were singing good-ass folk songs. I mean, this is where country music was born, brother. Was in the mines of the Appalachian Mountains. Back when country music actually, like, had morals and stuck up for working class people. Shannon connects 2 clips. Oh yeah, okay. I've already read this. We're on the pendulum and the casket. So let's go to the Bat Feeder and the Scarecrow. Por favor. Give me that Woody Guthrie. Solidarity forever. For the Union makes us strong. Definitely, I mean, singing about unions makes me think of Disco Elysium. And this is not like Disco Elysium. I don't want to have a bad habit of comparing every good indie game to Disco Elysium, but it's kind of hard not to. Like any game that like has a real sense of place, which this absolutely does, like better than almost any game I've ever played. At least, you know, through an hour. Disco Elysium is on that level of like, and what's especially impressive about Disco Elysium is that it's a fictional place. Obviously, it's like taking heavy inspiration from real places and real things and real people and real ideologies and stuff. But the city itself is fictional. Where I mean, Kentucky, as hard as it is to believe, is a real place. Do you hear that? Kind of a muffled rumbling. Maybe we're near the surface. It doesn't sound like water to me. Yeah, it kind of sounds like a highway. I wonder why they stopped digging so abruptly here. Maybe they hit a pipe or something. I wonder if there's, like, an advantage to turning the light off. I mean, I can't imagine that there is. Wait a minute. You can see the miners. Hold on. Yeah, dude. I'm not going crazy. Watch the flashes. Watch the, like, foreground and the background. You can see the miners' ghosts. I saw one. Yeah, there they are. That's sick. And sad. Another broken track. tracks are all messed up here. This tram isn't going any further. I wonder what's down that tunnel. Could we get off and look? I guess not. Bro, I'm having a ball right now. Alright, let's get out of here. Let's go back to the animal bones and the whatever. The rowboat. Appreciate one final time this thing. This trick of the eye. Let's turn the lights off. On our way out, shall we? Yep, there they are. Tragic. And this is where, you know, labor reforms were won. Weekends, 40-hour work weeks, 8-day work days. Not that we got more progress to make, brother. But you know, people like this are the reason we have those things now. Thank God, okay? Let's go poke around. No, we've already poked. Yeah, okay, that tunnel where the tracks are broken. I'd like to take a look down there. I mean, did we not do that? Do whatever you need, I'll just wait for you here. If you wait for me here, I'll just go take another look around. So, I could either have Conway say, I'll wait for you, or I can have Shannon say, wait for me. So I'll have Conway be the gentleman and offer to wait, if the end result either way is Conway waiting. Thanks, I'll be right back. Please don't die, by the way. I would like to have... I don't even know for sure that you're not dead, but I'm pretty sure you're not dead. And I would hate to lose my only living companion. It's kind of spooky. Speaking of spooky, what? I started the new season of Black Mirror last night. No, come back! No! Oh, god damn it. A pile of tape reels is jammed into the top of the tram. I didn't think that was going to disappear. I'll never know about the bird cage. They must have been thrown in a rush. The reels are unbalanced. The tape is decayed. Lisette and Ira's son, Charlie, talked about a piece of music he liked with old decaying music tapes. What was it called? Something about... Charlie had the most bizarre take in music. Weird, noisy computer music. Where did he even hear that stuff? Louisville, probably, or college. Them fucking liberals and their cities. The big city of Louisville. Louisville. He was a smart kid. Damn pity. You can't fool me. I'm familiar with your game. Anyway, I started the new season of Black Mirror last night. And first episode, kind of mid. I mean, incredibly mid. Not just kind of mid. Like, almost bad, but was saved by the performances and the humor, in my opinion. Second episode was fucking awesome. I mean, it was like barely a Black Mirror episode. I do understand, like, you know, it's like commenting on streaming and the true crime phenomenon. I don't want to give too much away, but, you know, it's commenting on true crime and how this, like, grotesque obsession our society has with true crime, and we go to all these depths to revel in it and portray it without really considering the real people who were actually affected by these things, which I think is a really salient point, especially coming from a Netflix show in the wake of that fucking awful Jeffrey Dahmer series from last year that A, wasn't even good, and B, was also, like, just disgusting and in poor taste, and, like, nothing about it was well done, in my opinion, and then, like, it shouldn't exist. And I'm not a prude about that kind of stuff. I'm not like, oh, you shouldn't, like, be allowed to, like, talk about bad things or make stories about bad things. I don't think it's ever too soon, but, like, I don't think that, like, that is a story that is, like, the story's already told. You don't need to make Jeffrey Dahmer into, like, a TV character. Anyway, I don't want to go off on a soapbox. But in the wake of all of that, making a Black Mirror episode that specifically references Netflix itself, like by name, and critiquing the true crime phenomenon, I think is very, very cool. And even ignoring all of that, it was just actually really good. Like, it was filmed really well. The actors were that were in it were fantastic. Myha'la Herald, oh my god, I love her. She's amazing in industry. She's amazing in everything she does. I'm so glad she's getting into being more stuff. You got to see some beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Scottish Highlands. Just a great episode. I cannot recommend it enough. It's called Loch Henry, episode 2 of season 6 of Black Mirror. If you're into spooky things, it is a little... I mean, it's not... I wouldn't say it's like the scariest thing I've ever seen, but I would say it's probably up there with like the most unnerving things Black Mirror has ever made. But it's at the end of the day, it's still Black Mirror. You know, like they can only go so extreme. I wouldn't call it like horror. It's just unnerving. Anyway, back to the game. The notebook at the top of the dusty stack is labeled in black marker. The label is dusty and smudged, but it looks like it might say horses. Horses, maybe, or verses, even? Crude and hurried handwriting, too. Lysette had immaculate handwriting, pristine and measured cursive, never a stray mark. Or has immaculate, not had. That actually matters in this game, because there's dead people. For the last several months, she filled out the receipts for each order. Since that young couple complained about the handwriting on the order slip, it's carbon paper anyway. It's bound to wear out over time. If they're so precise about their records, they should put it in a computer anyway. Sure. I don't think I actually need to turn out the lights, but it's more fun. It's more interactive while I sit here and wait. I will become back my money. I'm not gonna leave without Shannon, but maybe you have no choice. I mean, no, I thought it was gonna, no, go back. I thought it was gonna have a prompt and be like, oh, are you sure you really want to do this? I thought it would like provide me with more context. What the fuck? Hopefully that was required. I feel like it was. I bet she... But like, why couldn't I go look? I got my bum leg now. I'm mad. It's like the one time they've never provided me with like a context menu. The cramped shack is lined with wooden shelves. Dusty stacks of tape, reels, and notebooks crowd the room, but a bit of moonlight filters through a window near the ceiling. On a small desk in the middle of the room lay 3 notebooks. The red one is labeled J. Marquez. The green one is labeled R. Marquez, and the blue one is unlabeled. Let's go for the red one. The pages are covered in disorganized notes, some written horizontally and others scribbled vertically in the margins. A few pages are lined more evenly and divided up into charts correlating seasons, lyrics, harmonies, and coal halls. Open the green notebook. On each page is a deliciously rendered charcoal drawing. Most are portraits of rugged faces. Near the middle of the book there are a few drawings of a young girl in a miner's helmet. She plays along the minecart tracks, collecting pieces of wire. In one drawing, another young girl sits nearby, innocently studying her book. The blue notebook is full of Greek letters and cryptic mathematical formulas. Near the back of the book, where what first looks like it might be... Oh yeah, this place. Okay, well, Shannon's alive, thank God. Well, is she? We don't know, but she's here. These notebooks are labeled Marquez. Your parents are the archivists? No, Weaver's parents are the archivists. My parents were miners. How's the leg? I can walk on it, but it's slow. Well, I'll try not to get too far ahead of you. You don't mind my hitching a ride, do you? I kind of got a lift out of here and wasn't sure if, when I'd be heading back. Or a lift out here. I can drive. I can handle it. Okay, your decision. I still need to find the 0. Well, it's like I told you. Weaver doesn't lie. If she sent you here to find your on-ramp, this is where you should be looking. Or maybe you just weren't listening closely enough, and that's not exactly what she said. I saw Weaver at my workshop. It's up north by Lake Nolan, right at Wax and Peonia. Yeah, I've been there, bro. In the back of the bait shop. Pretty glamorous, right? These are the times we live in. She's either up there or back at the farmhouse, whichever you want to head to first. Just let me know. Let's head this way. Hopefully we're like permanent partners now. It's better than me wandering around alone. It's nice to have someone to have a little back and forth with. You can hang out with Blue. This does feel like an ending point for an act. So I feel like we gotta be coming close. How long have I been recording? An hour and 20 minutes. Lysette's Antiques. I guess this is your truck. This is my truck. Hey, Blue. How's it going? Blue, this is Shannon. Nice to meet you, Blue. I've got some dried banana slices in my bag. Would you like one? I don't really like them anyway. Take care of your friend here, and there's more where that came from. How sweet. It's time to go. Dude, I love this. Oh my god, I love it so much. Let's head back to the farmhouse first. Scene 6. Yep. So the scenes are not, like, predestined, I guess. It kind of just is, like, wherever you go. Obviously, there's only so many ways you can do this. I was already moving slow, and now I'm moving even slower, so I kind of regret my decision. This is not the way I want to go. I want to go up the hill. But let's see if there's anything out here. I don't have my, my hillbilly boys serenading me from the barn, or whatever this thing is in the foreground. I would like you to, do I really have to, like, go all the way up to the truck to cross over to the other lane? Oh, hello. Who are you? That was a little spooky. I love the sounds of the South when you're just outside at nighttime. There ain't nothing like it. God, I'm slow. This is a horrible idea. Can I go to a hospital, please? Why'd I stop? Oh, now I'm Shannon? What? That was weird. What the fuck? Is she, like, helping me? I guess that's probably what's happening, is now she's, like, helping me walk. Let's go check out the graveyard. I guess her parents, or Weaver's parents, the archivists, are probably buried here. That's probably the R and whatever. There's nobody buried here, you know. It's decorative, I guess. Okay, never mind. Or it's art or something. I don't know. What are the names on the headstones? Nowakowski, Padilla. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot that we looked at this. I don't know those names. Maybe the people who lived here before? I know they weren't... I know they... When they bought this property, it already had a house and everything. Or maybe there's some other symbolic meaning. Oh, and look at that headstone. Marquez. I used to think that was for my parents. Now I don't know. Yeah, she's definitely helping me walk. The silhouettes are so good. It's like, I love how, like, thin and tall they are. It's like a stop motion movie, kind of. Well, he's walking up those stairs just fine, bro. Alright, here's the TV. Shannon. So this is where she was. Yeah, it makes sense. This is where Weaver and her parents lived. They took out a bunch of loans, you know, and had this place built. Do you have any debts? I never really had any collateral. I owe some people some apologies. Well, you're lucky that's all you owe. It also makes sense why Weaver, I can't remember. Yeah, Weaver. It says it right there. um, she was like, I stopped paying the bank, but then I just stayed here. But that makes sense. She's dead. My parents were like that until the company store found a way to get to them. For my dad, it was tokens to run the fans and air purifiers, and for my mom, it was canneries. Two solutions to the same problem, but they sure sound different. Weaver had debt too, a lot of it, all tuition. That hits hard, bro. In the wake of the news this weekend. Um, she said she was a mathematician or something. Yeah, she studied some esoteric stuff about something about using math to translate between Spanish and English. What, bro? What? We can already do that by just translating. I think eventually Weaver put those math skills to work on all the red numbers in the family checkbook and got a clear sense of just how hopeless their situation was. So she left. I guess she drove away in the middle of the night. They woke up in the morning and her car was gone. Never came back. Until tonight. Someone else told me to come here and talk to her. Huh? Okay. I guess we two aren't the only people she's been talking to. Oh, that's not something you see every day. That old TV right there. Well, that is a damned antique for you. I had a model like that in the shop once, but I had to sell it off to make rent. Most painful decision I ever made. I wonder if I bet the Joseph guy at the gas station was probably also dead. Because all the lights were off. I don't know. Say, do you mind if I open it up? Looks like the dials are all corroded, and the screen is leaking leaking light a bit. Come on, I bet Lysette would never forgive you for letting a specimen like that fall into disrepair. Sure. Oh, we're going back to this. Spooky. Oh yeah, these tubes are all messed up. Looks like they've been in a swamp or a cave or something. There's moss growing on this one. That's okay, I have a few spares in my bag here. Yeah, I just carry around spare fucking cathode ray tubes all the time. Here, I pulled this one out of an old computer monitor. Just need to be recalibrated a bit. Oh, that oughta. Should be seeing something now. Are you seeing anything? Hey. I trust you. You're like a TV repair person. You know what you're doing more than I would. A little bit to the left? Damn, okay. Here. I think the contacts are dirty. Now don't go telling my customers I clean off old vacuum tubes with spit. Just gotta turn it north-south and... Whoa. What the hell is that thing on that circle? Is that a road sign, I guess? Yeah, Kentucky 0. Okay, that's what we're looking for. And then we just drove into like this demonic void. Well, all right. Am I supposed to be doing it? Oh, is that the end of Act 1? Be a fitting end, if a little abrupt. End of Act 1. Well, well, well. I kind of wish we had gone back to the tackle shop just to get a little more dialogue. I kind of thought that would be where the act ended, and the farmhouse would just kind of talk about Weaver. But that was... I mean, that was everything. That was so good. I'm blown away. I want to play the rest of this right now. I can't because I have other stuff I need to do, including eat dinner. So, yeah, that's going to do it for Kentucky Route Zero Act 1. Truly, you know, I'm trying to think. It's probably been 3 years since I enjoyed... Yeah, probably 3 years since I've been like this wrapped by a game out the gate. I am fascinated. I love Shannon and Conway. I love Blue. I would die for Blue. her cute little hat. The world feels so real. I don't know anything about the company, the developers of this game. I'm gonna look into that in my free time tonight. But I feel like they have to be from Kentucky, or at least, like, you know, rural America. Like, there's so much. I'm not from Kentucky. I am from the South. So, like, parts of this feel very on brand to me. And, you know, it doesn't take, you don't have to be from somewhere to tell an accurate story about a place. You can just do a lot of research and interview a lot of people, and that's perfectly fine too. But something about this feels very real in a way that a lot of games don't. And I really appreciate that. The surreality and the magical realism is so up my alley. It's unbelievable. Feels like this was like plucked out of my head at times. The art is great. The sound design is great. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I hope you guys loved it too. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I know this was a long video, but I don't really think that... I think for a game like this, you want to have a whole act at once. So yeah, let me know what your thoughts on this were. Are you watching are you a blind watcher, as I'm a blind player? We're going through this together for the first time, or are you a Kentucky Route Zero fanatic who found the channel because you like Kentucky Route Zero? Let me know down in the comments. No spoilers, please. That probably doesn't have to be said for a game like this. I think the kind of people who have played this game enjoy seeing people blindly react to it. But I cannot wait to play more with you guys. And just to briefly echo what I said at the very beginning of that video, let me know what kind of videos you want to see. Do you want to see more stuff like Kentucky Route Zero? Because there's a lot of these, you know, like, narrative games that I would like to get to. I haven't played Life is Strange. I haven't played a lot of stuff. So that could be on the cards in the future, as well as anything. I can play Dark Souls. I've played Dark Souls 3. I think I talked about this at some point. I've played Dark Souls 3, Elden Ring, Bloodborne, and Sekiro. I have not played Dark Souls 1 and 2. So I would love to play Dark Souls on the channel. I would love to do all kinds of things. And, like I said, I stream on Twitch every Tuesday and Thursday, 7 p.m. Central, so 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, like 1 a.m. European Time, something like that. So yeah, come check me out, twitch.tv/crouchingpuma, and you can get some more immediate feedback from your thoughts instead of, you know, like, waiting for me to catch up to my YouTube backlog and read the comments and all that stuff. Either way, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying this game as much as I am, and I will see you guys again next time. Bye-bye.